Welcome everyone, it's the Crypto Lark and I'm here in Sydney, Australia at EdCon, the Ethereum Development Conference, and I'm very lucky to have a chance to sit down and chat with Simon from Enjin Coin. Simon, how's it going?
Very good, thank you. It's been a great couple of days.
Now, you gave a very impassioned speech earlier about gaming and blockchain coming together, and it's a topic that I've been getting more and more excited about, even though I'm not really a gamer. I used to play games a lot back in the day, but the coming together of these two things is going to be a huge part of the crypto economy. So can you explain a little bit about that that vision for blockchain and gaming?
Yeah, I just think it's super powerful because games have real economies and a lot of them mimic the real world economy in this really, really in-depth way. But they don't have the ability to fully take it there. And what blockchain does, it allows them to have like a real tangible economy with real value that surrounds the platform. And I just think that it's undeniably going to be the new way forward for game developers. The monetization, the crowdfunding, the community building that they can achieve using these tools is just, it's phenomenal. Like some of our game developers are just, without batting an eyelid, they're gaining like hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of crowdfunding. And those users are getting more value out of the items that they're getting off these gamers as well. Like, so I just think it's going to create this whole new ecosystem of gaming, and it's just going to be, it's going to be transformative, in my opinion.
The way you were explaining it earlier, it's amazing to see the interoperability, because you'll get, your Enjin wallet, and you guys have this new token standard, the ERC1155, right?
Yeah.
And basically, you'll be able to go from game to game to game. And you gave this great example with Iron Man. Could you kind of give a little bit of that example and like how it would work between multiple platforms?
Yeah, so in the example, by the way, we don't have a partnership with Marvel coming or pending or anything. So please, just chill.
Just an example,
chill
guys.
with that.
Just an example.
So yeah, in this example, I wanted to showcase how a brand can work together with game developers, that can work together with app developers, that can work together with websites, and it's just this whole level of interoperability that's never been possible prior to blockchain. And it made me fall in love with the Enjin project. It made me fall in love with blockchain on a whole new level of practical, tangible usage. So in this example, you go to a cinema and you get a movie ticket, and you just scan that movie ticket using the Enjin wallet, and then you get an Iron Man token. This Iron Man token could be usable in multiple games. You could use it in multiple apps. You could use it on the Marvel website. It allows companies like Marvel or non-gaming companies of any sort. We've done this kind of thing with like Changerly and Cryptomat, a couple of like really good exchanges, and it's really helped them, gain like tangible community engagement, and it's been really fun, and it's just a great experience for everyone. So I do see like a lot of potential for small businesses, medium businesses, massive businesses to use this to work together through multiple games, apps, and platforms. So yeah, in this example, it was really cool. Like just being able to go to the cinema, win this token, and then fly like Iron Man in multiple games. And then, yeah, jump into like an AR app or a VR app, put on the glasses and see Tony Stark there. It's just, yeah, I think this kind of technology is going to go a long way. And the future of technology in general with like AR and VR, like we are going to be seeing tangible digital worlds, and only the blockchain can handle that kind of reality, in my opinion. So,
and the unique assets are so important. And there's two things I want to really explore here. And the one is that idea of the corporate structure, right? Like for games or companies to be able to issue out these unique digital assets to people, and they have inherent value in them. So let's say that you go to movies, and you say, I'm not, I didn't really like that Iron Man movie so much, so I don't really want to keep this. I'm just I'm gonna melt it down, right? I'm gonna get my 50 cents or $1 or $2 worth of Enjin coins into my wallet.
Yeah.
And so anyone can, of course, then extract that value back out, which I think is a very, very important part of this entire equation. And the brand potential for this kind of stuff in terms of marketing and customer engagement and all this stuff is just through the roof.
It's crazy, yeah. Yeah, the whole Enjin coin minting, melting, staking dynamic is just, it blows my mind, the potential of just all of this engine coin getting locked up, getting like, you know, certifying the value of all of these assets throughout multiple industries. Like it's very exciting for me, and giving users that guarantee of value, that base level value in their digital assets. Like I really feel like there's a big need for that, because I mean, you know, like otherwise developers are just creating assets for free. Like what's going to stop? If you're going to be creating real world economies, you need to be able to curb hyperinflation, and having a valuable, tangible source of material, a resource to put inside the assets, it allows you to curb that hyperinflation, because then, yeah, it's not profitable to just mint infinite of an asset.
That's right. It destroys the value of it, actually, right? But,
exactly.
But you have Engine coin, there's a finite amount of it, and so it gets melted into new assets. And I think the really interesting thing is for anyone watching, I mean, these game assets that are being made now, the long-term value of those as Engine becomes rare and stuff is very interesting. The actual tokenomics and the economics behind what you're creating, I find super fascinating. Now, you gave an example during your chat of a non-fungible token called Mike.
Yes, we love Mike.
Now, Mike is a really cool character idea, and basically, Mike is living across 29 different games. Is that the right number? 29 games, I think?
I think so. It might be 22, 29, somewhere around there.
But let's say a couple dozen potential places where Mike can live. So Mike can be in Age of Rust, or Mike can be on another game. And so if you have Mike in your wallet, this, you know, sort of golem sort of character, he can then go with you from game to game to game. And that is super, super interesting, because never before has that been possible. I mean, if back in the day, if you played World of Warcraft or something, well, whatever you had there was stuck there on that platform. It wasn't interoperable with other games by any means.
You didn't even own it.
Yeah.
The server just lent it to you while you're there.
Exactly, and you certainly can't extract any real world value out of that, which is the underlying Engine coin.
Exactly, and also the I think the true ownership over that asset also gives you a lot of overlying value of that asset as well. The same way that blockchain makes Bitcoin valuable, I feel like blockchain also makes these all of these assets valuable for these developers, because number one, your ownership is verified, no one can ever take it away from you. Number two, the supply is proven, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then number three, all of the history is there, and it's just a real tangible asset thanks to the blockchain.
Yeah.
Like if Bitcoin was stuck in a server, in a computer server, in a game server, it'd be worthless. But the blockchain is what gives it that value, and it's going to do the same thing for these game developers. It is doing the same thing for these game developers.
It lets them reach this external world of value that's otherwise inaccessible, and it's cracking open this. The blockchain is disrupting gaming on a massive level, and we're just at the start of it. That's something. There's games that are exploring this, and there's some really cool games being developed, and I'm super excited about some of these games that are coming. I look at like Age of Rust or something, like that's a cool looking game.
It's going to be amazing,
right? And there's another one, Neon District. I think Neon District's on Loom. Actually, are they with Engine? They're on Loom.
Yeah, they're actually working with Age of Rust a little bit too. They're going to have a little bit of interoperability, so it's going to be very interesting too.
Coming together there, and so. I mean, and again, we're going to see a lot of interoperability being built as these different platforms move forward, but like these are cool looking games. This is the thing. I look at like Age of Rust, like that looks like a cool game, because a lot of blockchain gaming stuff that I was seeing like a year ago was like 1980s retro arcade stuff. I'm like, well, okay, that's nice, but we're not gonna, you know, get kids who are playing Fortnite or you know Call of Duty or something to come over to play like Super Mario, Nintendo 1985 kind of stuff, you know?
Exactly, yeah. So. We need to create like real games that match what we need to match the best in the world. We really do.
That's right.
And I feel like we have so many incredible adopters in Engine that are they're matching them, and they're taking it to this whole other level, truly satisfying what we as humans desire. So yeah, I can't wait to see how it all unfolds.
And what about you personally? What are your kind of favorite kind of games to play?
Yeah, I'm big on RPGs. I love a good adventure, and I love a good story too. So Age of Rust is like, that one's really dear to my heart. But yeah, all of the games have like really, really interesting characters, really dynamic relationships happening between those characters, things like that. That really interests me. So, and that's why blockchain is actually perfect for these kind of games, because again, like, you know, that real feeling of an economy and truly owning things, like that just makes that adventure even more tangible, in my opinion. So yeah, I can't wait to see what can be birthed out of this.
Yeah, very, very cool. And there's, like I said, there's some really cool games coming that are, being developed that are using Enjin tokens, that are using Enjin assets. And I think when we see these really kick off, I feel like in 10 years, there will be no game that's not using some kind of blockchain implementation. No game.
That's a big statement, but I mean, I can see it being possible. Yeah. I'm not gonna throw that out there.
Maybe it's 15 years, but but you can certainly see that any game that's trying to create real value in its ecosystem. Maybe there's going to be games that, I don't know, Snake on your Nokia is never going to implement blockchain, right? But any of these,
we did have a partnership with them recently, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on April Fools, we on the 1st of April we announced that. Yeah.
Snake's coming to the blockchain, guys. No, that's cool. But like you look at like Fortnite, for example, is a great example of a game that, if Fortnite was made 10 years from now, I would be just blown away why unless of course it's just their corporate model, they want to keep everything internal, they don't want to actually give that value to their customers. But when they have Fortnite that's completely centralized and all the value is kept by the company versus a Fortnite which is decentralized and all the value is given to the community, then we're on totally different separate tracks here. And that second option is going to attract a lot more people because, think of all those suits and stuff that the kids are buying for their characters and the dance moves, all this crazy
Billions of dollars.
Billions of dollars, that's all going to one company. And the ability to resell those things or to extract value out of those things, because I would imagine with Fortnite, it's going to be one of those things that we'll see it just kind of go out of fad at some point, right? And imagine you're someone who's playing that and you stop playing and then you come back to it a year later and well, no one's really playing Fortnite anymore, but you want to get your value back out of those things, but you can't because there's no value left in them.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything bad about Fortnite, but
no, it's a massive game. There's nothing bad to say about Fortnite.
What I would like to say though is, these massive companies, we do believe that once they see the monetization models that can come from a decentralized economy surrounding their game, I think it's hard to explain it, but it's going to be easy to prove it, because yes, like it is nice to have full ownership over every item and control that back and forth, but there is a limitation of how much money that can earn you, because you sell this item for $25, that's gone. Whereas some of our adopters are selling an item for $25 or a couple of $100 sometimes because it's worth so much more to people and it means so much more to people. And then we have these monetization models baked into the actual smart contracts, where game developers can then enact trading fees and transfer fees. So as those items move around the economy, a little bit here and there is going back to the game developer. And gaming, funnily enough, it is bigger than movies and music put together. It is a massive industry, like $120 billion last year yearly revenue. But it's still way smaller than books. It's still way smaller than gambling. It's still way smaller than television. And there's 2.2 billion gamers. Like, I don't read. Like, I guarantee you there's not 2.2 billion readers. I don't gamble. Like, I do read. I read a lot of Enjin Coin blogs. So basically, I guess what I'm trying to say is 2.2 billion gamers, $120 billion in revenue. The average gamer is spending about $70 for their whole year. Their whole year of all their games, all their crowdfunding, everything. That's a super low economic spend, in my opinion, and I believe that is because of this centralized model. And I believe that has a lot further to go, and I strongly believe that blockchain will be responsible for that growth.
Very, very cool, Simon. I think that's where we're going to finish up, but super interesting points. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Pleasure to meet you. It's been a great day, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you.